starting to sound like a broken record, but another kind of sloppy day across the board. In all reality, we're just not going anywhere right now. One thing I want to talk about was getting caught up in intraday charts. If you look at a 5-minute chart, 10-minute chart all day, you're going to see a lot of movement. Visually, it's going to look like a lot is going on, but I just really want you guys to always kind of revert to the big picture every night and get a feel for, is there actually anything going on? The SPY's pretty much doing nothing the past 4 sessions here. We've gone up, we've gone down, but taking a step back, we're going nowhere. Still under the 200-day, and the Qs, which were sloppy today as well, we're just really not going anywhere. So one little tidbit, one thing I find helpful is when you're looking at an intraday chart, like a 5, 10, whatever it may be, make sure that you're not chasing moves inside of nothing. A good example is Friday. We really didn't go anywhere. We were up, we were down. It was a pretty non-eventful day, but if you're looking at a 1-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, there's going to be a crap load of moves taking place within that day of nothing. So always take a look at the big picture and make sure that you're not putting capital to work in the middle of nothing. One thing Chris just mentioned was, it's hard to have confidence to take positions overnight in this environment. And I completely agree with that. Bear with me, guys. My dog is chewing something here. Hey. All right. So, this is a tough environment to have the confidence to hold positions overnight. Me personally, I really do prefer swing trading over day trading. It's just where my comfort lies. In terms of my swing trading approach, as you guys know, I follow the money. When you see volume like this pouring into a stock and it's just day after day after day, that's the kind of environment where you can be comfortable and confident holding overnight. You're taking a position in something with that wind directly at your back. You could have had confidence going short in Amazon over here because you're taking a trade with wind at your back. And a lot of the stocks we're seeing right now, guys, you're not seeing that consistent volume coming in. Apple is all over the place. There's days of selling, there's days of buying. You're not seeing that clear, repeated either buying or selling volume session after session after session. So I think Chris makes a good point, is that this is a really rough environment for 2 reasons. One, in terms of swing trades, we're not really seeing any clear volume any which direction. After last week's sell-off, things are just kind of doing nothing right now. We're not seeing volume to the upside. We're not seeing too much to the downside. Intraday, like Chris also mentioned, will rally a bit in the morning, and every little rally is just met by selling immediately. So this is a tough environment because you're not seeing the kind of, qualities and conditions that you would want for swing trades. And you're not really seeing the kinds of things you would want for ideal day trades either. Whether it's swing trading or day trading, what we as small traders need is a clear movement of capital in one direction. Whether you're looking to play Apple for 3 weeks or for 3 minutes, you need a clear group move in that direction to give you the confidence to initiate a position. Right now, we're just not seeing that. We're not seeing many clear moves intraday, and there's no volume to be found that's consistent with a nice swing move. I'm looking at something like a SolarEdge today. That's a little bit of volume coming in today. And that looks decent on the 195-minute chart. But if you take a look at TAN, that's a mess. That's the solar sector ETF. So unfortunately, guys, right now, the best thing to really do is just sit on our hands in B in cash. There's no clear direction for day trades, and there's no real clear direction for swing trades either. But like I just mentioned, take a look at the financial chart. Billions of dollars over the past few weeks has left the financial sector. We look at the technology sector. Billions of dollars has left the technology sector as well. Energy. Billions of dollars has also left energy. And we can go across the board. Billions of dollars has left every sector, and it hasn't come back yet. We still haven't seen that move of capital to one group. We haven't seen a day or a 2 days or 3 day period where energy just starts getting volume day after day after day. We're not seeing a day where finance is just sticking out like a sore thumb, where XLF and Goldman and JP Morgan and every name in that group is just seeing crystal clear volume. We're not seeing that yet, so that can make the job of a trader right now pretty boring. But most people are taking damage right now because of their desire to trade. So ask yourself, do I have a desire to trade, or do I have a desire to make money? If your desire is to make money and not so much, the physical activity of trading, then if your goal is to make money, the best thing to do right now is just sit back, sit on your hands, and wait for the clear moves. Every trade that I've ever profited on big time was always very, very easy. It's the crystal clear, just super obvious trades where there's just volume erupting in one direction. That's when you can put money to work and have the confidence to hold overnight. That's when with options you get a 100, 200, 300% plus move overnight. But we need that big money to be present to make those opportunities happen. And we're not right now. It's just as simple as that. So while it's not fun, sometimes the best thing we can do is sit on our hands. So one thing we should be aware of tomorrow is the midterm elections. Now, my mentor and I were chatting about this earlier. Who knows? This is all just, shooting the shit kind of stuff. But it seems like volume has really dried up here heading into the last few days. The closer we've gotten to the elections here, volume has really dried up in the SPY. It could be possible that this entire sell-off was all to do with the upcoming elections. That's just a guess. There's no way to prove that, but that's one potential reason that our market has seen such a sharp, sell-off as of late. With that being said, just like the earnings catalysts, this is going to be a big catalyst for our market. I don't know much about what's going to happen tomorrow, but we need to pay attention to how the market is going to react. If the elections work out in a way that investors feel is positive for the market, we're going to see a pop. Vice versa, we're going to see a sell-off. So with that being said, guys, what we need to do tomorrow morning is digest how the market's looking pre-market. And what we want to do is we want to have a few setups to the long side and a few setups to the short side. We don't want to get, caught with our pants down, so to say. Should the market have a positive reaction, or should we have a negative reaction? We want to show up tomorrow with a playbook with a few low risk, potentially high reward setups that we can apply regardless of what the market does. So each of you individually tonight, I would suggest start to put some of what we've been talking about together. Run through the big picture. Start with the SPY. Start with the Qs. Check out the major levels. If we break out here in the Qs tomorrow, how are you going to play the 200? Start to, apply some of the stuff we've been talking about and get a few setups that you think you could play either direction. My job tonight, I'm going to find a few setups to the long side, a few setups to the short side, and then I'm going to report back to you guys on how I personally plan on attacking the market tomorrow, regardless of how this news affects it. I think we would all rather see a pop to the upside, but like we've been talking about, guys, whichever way it goes, we still have an opportunity to make money. So that's your individual homework for tonight. For those of you who want to put it in, go find 2 or 3 long setups, 2 or 3 short setups, put it in your notebook, and then you're just literally going to be more prepared than the average trader tomorrow. We walked in today with about 7 or 8 great setups that we discussed yesterday. None of them played out today. However, we were prepared, and that's what it's all about. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Not much to talk about. Hopefully tomorrow the market has a nice reaction to the upside or the downside, and all we need is movement. We can make money when there's volume coming in, long or short. But when things dry up like they had the last few days, that makes it tough. Things go up, things go down, and at the end of the day, they end up going nowhere. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We'll be prepared tomorrow, whichever way the market decides to go. I'll send you guys your video lesson in about an hour from now. And if anyone has any questions, hit me up in the chat room because I'll be active there tonight. And stay safe tonight, guys. Hopefully we get some more action tomorrow.